YouTube. Okay, guys, we are live, Joe. We are live. Okay, we are in podcast number 23.
It's good to be back.
I'm so excited. I'm like, man, 23 episodes, man. We're grinding this, Joe. Grinding this. We started this in May and we are in October, man. October. I'm like so pumped up for this podcast. What about you? What do you think about this?
Yeah, man. Like dedication and just like pushing it out there. And dude, I monetize, but we're trying to get Renee monetized and like Renee, right? Like we're getting close.
Correct. We are about 1,400 hours left for monetization. We grew my channel from May till today. We went from 68 subscribers. We are at officially about 1,300 subscribers. I'm like, woo! So pumped up for this, Joe. So pumped up. Watch time, everything's gone up. Thank you guys for being there for us. Actually, for me too. Not just Joe here. Joe's like an amazing person. Give Joe a clap, or whatever you want to say. You want to do it for helping me out here and actually being part of the podcast. I appreciate that, Joe.
Oh yeah. It's blast. Like I look forward to it every week.
And if it wasn't for you, man, for helping start this podcast with me, man, we wouldn't be at this numbers right now and this lovely audience that we have here. And I can't wait to see our future grow, Joe, with this and start helping you guys more out too with more videos, more hardware. We will be teaming up more. Me and Joe probably making more videos together on each other's channel. Well, besides just here rambling off about my channel and Joe's, let's just go ahead and start off this podcast. We have great, amazing topics today.
These topics today were like, at least the first one's going to blow your mind.
I hope you enjoy these topics. We have new things coming up, so gets rolling, guys. Our first topic we got is the AMD's Ryzen 5 5600X. So, Joe, tell us about this a little bit more, man. Like so excited just because I've read this article, my mind was just blown. Go ahead and let the audience know what are we expecting or what we've seen here.
Okay, so AMD's talking about like we're getting the CPU mark, so it's out in the wild, being tested on the internet before it's being sold. It's going to be sold like I think November 5th is when they're going to be launched.
Correct.
But the numbers are crazy because this is single thread performance. We're seeing the Ryzen 5 5600X, which is 6 cores, 12 threads. We're seeing it beat the 10 core 10900K at 3.7 gigahertz. We're seeing it beat it by like 300 points, which is cool because we don't see like the 10900K at like its max overclock, right? At like 5.
Correct.
But it's really cool to see it beat Intel because basically the 5600X has a base clock that's similar to that Intel part. Its base clock is 3.7. So if Intel's running at a base clock of 3.7, it's beating it. So like, and Intel launched this summer, right, for $550. This one is going to be launching for $300. So $250 cheaper, and it beats the performance. Like I didn't even think AMD was going to come out with something this crazy. It's just so awesome.
Yeah, it is, man. It's like so crazy. Why are you wanting if I would recommend, man, people go with AMD, man. It's a lot cheaper right now at this point. With you getting the same hardware, almost the same hardware and all that stuff for a lot cheaper priced.
Yeah, it was like when we covered this article like a week or two ago about seeing the different price points about that. AMD was going to offer you like 3% more performance insurance benchmarks for games. But to see this kind of single thread performance, whether it doesn't matter if that's in gaming or not, like that's going to be on so many applications that use single thread.
Correct.
This is just, it's nuts. Like I bought over the summer, we talked about, I bought a 6 core from Intel for about $200, right?
Yep.
But it can't, $100 more would have never given me like this kind of jump up in in performance. And so I couldn't hold off on a purchase. But if I was thinking about getting something, oh my gosh, this is like, it's like the cherry on top. It's amazing.
Correct. You also got to remember, Joe. Like I'm excited because I just learned. I don't know if it works on I don't know if it works on Intel only, but I know AMD has the option that when you have multiple cores, you could be able to assign each thread to an application, and that's the one. That's the best part. I don't know if you ever heard about that, Joe. Assigning a certain process, a core, certain thread to application dedicated.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I just never really pursued that idea.
Because that's what I'm trying to test out, and I want to get back to my audience here and let them know, like, hey, can you do it? Is it the best performance? Are you gonna see something different? Because I've heard that you could use eight. Windows uses automatically 8 cores on itself, and then it doesn't leave anything for the application. So that's where you get a lot of CPU usage and everything. But if you have more cores than 8, you'll actually be able to dedicate stuff like that. So you might want to dedicate yourself more if you need more intensive applications like I'm doing. But man, for the price, like Joe's saying, for this type of core, and the speed on it, the price, man, almost similar, but the price is cheaper, and that seems like a pretty dope idea.
Yeah.
Would you be invested, Joe, to actually upgrade your PC to get this processor?
No, because I'm kind of sticking to my guns on my plan.
Hmm?
Like my plan was to upgrade this computer in like 4 to 5 years. When like it's amazing because like they're saying that the performance on this CPU is basically keeping with in line with what I bought, which was like a 65-watt TDP.
Uh-huh.
So it's more efficient. It's as efficient supposedly as the current CPU that I'm using, but it performs way beyond it, right?
Correct.
But my pocketbook can't take that. But like this would probably what's exciting because it means like in 2 or 3 years there like it would be totally like acceptable to upgrade to another 6 core that can perform even better, and you wouldn't have to necessarily jump up to 8 or 10 cores, which means you could stay at the lower price points and still get massive improvements.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
So that's exciting because I was thinking like maybe I wouldn't be able to get another 6 core in 5 years that would meet my expectations for upgrading at that point. Maybe I have to like go with an 8 or 10 to make me feel like, oh, this is an upgrade after 5 years.
Definitely. Definitely.
So this is just showing like, gosh, like AMD, this is like the one. Like I'm excited for this one as I was excited for Ryzen 1, because Ryzen 1 was like, oh my gosh, 16 cores,
Yeah.
for like a lot less.
Yeah.
And it wasn't exciting for gaming, but it was exciting for just like showing that we can have a lot lower prices and that we can push it with 16 cores and 32 cores.
Correct. With all the new features that are coming out with Windows and a lot of stuff that's coming out due to all this new threads, speeds, graphics cards coming out, a whole new enhancements are coming in forward, and I'm kind of excited to see this. And prices are starting to drop in the older technology, which does happen over after what, Joe, like 4, 5, 10, 7 years starts dropping the prices on the old cores.
Sorry, can you explain that a little further?
Like, okay, over time, like processor, how processors drop in price after over like generations that come out. Like maybe in the next generation, there's probably a next generation comes out. Maybe in like the sixth generation, the sixth Ryzen 6.
Yeah,
where we at?
I see what you mean.
Ryzen, like the next series that comes out, like the 6000 series comes out, and then wouldn't that be cool that since the prices are going to drop down for the Ryzen 3, the 3000 series dropping in prices?
Yeah, if there's still a supply out there, because there is a point where the supply goes down so much that the price just gets skyrockets.
Correct.
And now that's become like a collector's item. And so I personally would say that it depends on your budget, but I personally would say that at that point you would go for like the cheapest new processor, right? Like even like a 4 core or a 6 core would probably beat that, original Ryzen 1, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm really debating getting onto the Ryzen 9. I want to get the Ryzen 9 because I could see future proofing myself for the next like maybe 5-7 years, possibly.
Yeah, well, it depends on what you're trying to do, like, yeah, I mean, if you're doing like really heavily edited videos that have a lot of special effects, which I've never done,
I've done that.
Those can take a long time to process.
Yeah, I need that stuff. That's why I've been looking at it. That's what I've been trying to future proof myself for new stuff that's gonna be. I mean, I want to push out not just for this channel, also for my vlogging channel or my other anything else I do projects on the outside. That I want to be able to future proof myself for the next few years and not worry about hardware and be able to supply you guys something more better than what we're pushing out right now currently. You haven't seen none of my videos yet, but
Yeah.
was there anything else that we need to talk about, Joe, about this? Because man, this is something that's mind blowing right now.
No, like, yeah, I mean, it's awesome because like you can't imagine like what the other ones are going to be holding. And so yeah, everybody's got something they want,
Correct.
It's exciting because this year hasn't been that exciting in terms of like just the world and everything, but technology wise, this was finally what is super exciting to see AMD really push CPU performance this much.
Correct. And I really loved seeing this stuff change drastically.
I think the only other time that something was this exciting was like the GTX 10 series, where that was just like super improvement over the 9 series.
I remember hearing about that.
Like everybody was like, that was just amazing. Like everybody wanted a 1080 Ti, even though you couldn't afford it.
Yeah. I remember
so
that.
it's that kind of excitement. And so AMD's finally made like CPUs. Like, I mean, look at that. I mean, like that's $250 cheaper. That's incredible. Like you can't even, that's just astounding.
Yeah, correct. Well, now we're going on to the next topic. If you have any questions, feel free to stop us right now and ask questions because we're here to help you guys out. If you have any questions we haven't answered, we'll come back to it in the next video. We'll come to it right now, or we'll come back to it later in the podcast. Feel free to ask these questions and don't be shy. Just ask away. There is no stupid questions. So make sure you ask. And then, okay, going to the next topic, we have the right here. Windows 10 builds fixes for a lot of its bugs after the release of the 20H2. So, what do you think about all these fixes, Joe? About the update?
I'm happy about it because it's not fun when all these bugs pop up. You wish a lot of these bugs would be solved ahead of time. I think Microsoft kind of gets a bad rap that they usually put things out that they like make us the testers and find all these bugs, where I think Apple usually has things a little bit more seamless.
Correct.
And I gotta say, if Microsoft ever hears about this this live stream, they really need to fix the troubleshooter. The troubleshooter used to be like, it didn't have like the whole AI like I am here to help you, right? And it when I'm doing it, it seems to help me less than before.
Correct.
Like it doesn't actually solve my problem. Like it's like, hey, can you do this? Is that better? It's like, no. Before it would do a ton of troubleshooting.
Correct.
And not ask for my input, and it would just fix the audio problems. Correct. So I'm having a lot of audio problems when I'm trying to troubleshoot, and the troubleshooter is less than helpful.
I do like that they did the update, but they do need to fix that issue. It's one of the issues.
Like and the best. Yeah.
They also have to fix. I forgot what was that boot fix. They have a troubleshooter at the beginning of Windows. I forgot what it was. There's a troubleshooter that you go through and then it's pretty much pointless. Or disk, or well, not disk fragment. I forgot the other one. Man, it's like they need to fix
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They need to fix that issue, man. It's like I've ran it, and I've only out of over 100 times I've used it, I've only gotten used once or twice to work. So remove these stupid features and just fix it automatically.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're we're in the AI industry. Come on, you should be able to fix things automatically.
Yeah. Like it shouldn't have to be so much turn the computer off on and on again.
Yeah, it should actually detect that and then tell you, hey Joe, like we need to.
But it
restart your
should tell me.
computer.
It should tell me to restart my computer. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'll do that.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. My phone tells me that. You want to restart your phone because it's running sluggish. I'm like, yeah, sure. I would love to restart right now. Except when I'm on the road or I'm working, you know, I don't want to restart.
And that's Samsung that tells you that?
Yeah, it's a Samsung. I think it's Health Check, or I don't even know what it is. It's just something on my phone that tells me, hey, your phone, you haven't restarted your phone in 7 days or 14 days or 20 something days.
You didn't have to install that. It did it automatically.
Yeah, it's automatically. I'm like, I love that feature. It turns on. Like your phone could do it. Why can't your computer do it? Come on, guys. Come on, use your head. We're in the AI industry already. We're in virtualization, virtual reality stuff too. We're coming in. Even Elon Musk is here.
Yeah, so I don't like when they do all these fancy upgrades that don't actually help. I'd rather them just stick to the simple stuff because I mean they've already done a lot of stuff like to make the interface look glossier.
Yep.
But then I don't like how it's harder to find folders. Like
Correct.
There's a lot of things that just I can't find my folders a lot of times where I'm trying to find like a certain I'm trying to like upload to some website or do something else, and I should be able to see it at that file format in that window in that certain folder, and it doesn't appear.
Yep.
And you're like, well, if it doesn't appear, then where is it? Why doesn't it exist?
Yeah, I've had files disappear. I don't know why.
Well, it's there. It's just it won't appear when I need it. You know what I mean?
I've had that one happen numerous times. I haven't used Windows. I haven't used Windows in a while. Since Windows 10 came out, I haven't really used Windows 10 much because I was having so many issues. And then I got back into Windows after having my Mac. Still had so many issues. I stopped using Windows. I went straight to Mac and never had issues with it. And now I'm back at Windows again. Now I'm kind of having that issue.
Yep.
So every now and then, because I have to find a file, I misplaced it into one of my many hard drives I have.
Yeah. And I the reason why I went to Windows 10 is because they said that you'd lose out on some gaming performance if you didn't do Windows 10, and it was a free upgrade at the time, and that's why you get like, was it Cortana?
Yep.
Or Cortana, and like basically like a lot of ads and stuff.
You know, Joe, you can still get Windows 10 for free, right?
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, I have Windows 10 installed, but yeah.
If you haven't gotten Windows 10, there's a way to still get Windows 10 for free, and it's legal, and it's on Microsoft's it was on Microsoft's website. You could actually do it a certain way, but I'll probably cover that in one of the videos in the future. Maybe you want to cover that video too as well.
No, I'm looking forward to your video. That'd be awesome to watch that.
And then you could also, if you want, you could make a video on your channel and see, can compete against me. Competition here, competition. Two techs try to make the best video. Love that competition, Joe. I would love that competition. Bring it on, Joe. Let's go. On the right corner, we have this. On the left corner, we got that. Let's go.
I'm more of the armchair quarterback.
The armchair quarterback.
I'll tell you the plays.
I'm the guy with the hue light in the back. Oh man,
you're the high tech. I'm low tech.
I try to go all out, guys. I try to go all out, man, with everything I do. Try to be the best. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask, man. Like I tell you all the goddamn time. Make sure. Feel free to ask, and don't be afraid. So next topic we are moving into. This is crazy. Microsoft is taking over the world. Really, Joe. Like they're requiring Minecraft to actually have the Microsoft account to play the game in 2021. What do you think about that, Joe? Do you think that they should be doing that, like Microsoft taking over the world and forcing everybody to use their account?
Well, I just think it's another irritating thing. It's like another update that they wanted earlier. And I understand it. Like if you wanted two-factor authentic. Oh, I can't say it. Two-factor authentication. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. They wanted it a few years ago, especially if you're buying stuff in Minecraft, and it's important to keep your account, secure. But they could have done that way long time ago.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and now everybody's competing for, you'd be competing for your name, because it's, I guess before there was more freedom that people could have the same name,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep.
And so now it's tied to your Microsoft account. And so, yeah, some people want it, some people don't want it. And yeah, I guess if it started out that way, I wouldn't have a problem, obviously, because that's convenient.
Yep, definitely.
But I can see how it's a lot of games and so forth. They let you opt into two-factor. You're not forced to have two-factor.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I think it should be more of an optional thing, that you could use a Microsoft account if you want to have more security, but you're not forced to.
Yeah, like here we're actually being forced to do it. Don't get me wrong, I have a Minecraft account, and I think I have my Minecraft account linked already to my my Microsoft account. I just need to go take a look, and I don't feel that's like I should be forced to do this stuff by this company, because it's just a game. It's just a video game. Like, it's just Minecraft. I know Minecraft is the biggest company, one of the biggest games in the world, but I shouldn't be forced to actually secure my game, my account. Like, it's a cheap game. I could just go repurchase it again.
Yeah, I think the another complaint was that, let's say somebody had like a more inappropriate name. Before, I think it was okay to have that kind of name. And so now
Really?
you're having more, like you're having like the general like censorship, like you have to conform to their Microsoft's policies for a certain username. It could be whatever, like depending on how offensive or not offensive. It could be like, just like some slang or something that's not really like offensive, but just isn't like company, like pretty.
Yeah.
It doesn't conform to like what you would do for if you were like to have like a billboard for a company or something. And so that's one argument, is that people are gonna have to like find new usernames if their username has like a word that society like a swear or something or whatever.
Yep.
So it's, yeah, so people like losing some of their freedom in the game. And I think it's going to be forced.
Yep. Would you agree with that?
No, again, I don't agree with that. I think they should be able to opt in if they want to. Maybe you offer them some like enticements to want to do it, because like two-factor,
Yeah.
and you say that maybe like you get like a badge or something. I don't know, like some other things that make it kind of like cool to do this. But forcing people to do it when it's already had like, it's a very popular game and it's forcing so many people to do it. It's just, I don't know. It's not the way that I would do it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. We don't want to spend too much. We don't want to spend too much time on this topic. We're iPhone 12 versus iPhone.
Yeah, Microsoft is for like with Minecraft is like number one on YouTube. So it seems like people can't get enough of it. But yeah, the iPhone though, gosh.
Yeah, iPhone 12.
It looks like they were talking about, like, remember we talked about it a few weeks ago, that there's going to be some very like improvements to the speed of which the screen refreshes.
Correct.
But it looks like some of those were rumors, and the speed is actually going to be like 60 for the iPhone 11 and 12.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pay a lot more for like, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Do you know who sells that? Because there's Galaxy is Samsung.
Correct. And what's the other one you said?
OnePlus 8 Pro.
I don't know.
Yeah. Whoever that is, they're going to be doing it at 120 hertz. So I think if you pay like the very high they get the most expensive iPhone, you'll probably get like 120. But not a lot of the lesser ones are not going to be as cool as we thought they were going to be.
Correct. Oh, but I wonder because I think that's the first phone, isn't it? Running at 120 hertz refresh rate.
I don't know. I thought that Samsung already did that.
Not sure. Maybe it is. I didn't realize that they have it on the the new one.
But the draw is if you care about 5G.
Yeah.
That the iPhone 11 can't do 5G.
Can't.
And so that's the upgrade. The thing is though, yeah, I mean, people aren't out as much, so they might not be using 5G as much, but a lot of people are out, and if it makes sense for you to not wait, because eventually, you know, the lower tier ones are going to have 5G too, and so you wait until your iPhone like breaks or is too slow, and then you upgrade to the 5G.
Yep. Definitely. Kind of
So
interested to
I
see
guess
that.
I'll drag you into this. Would you upgrade just for 5G?
I'm gonna have to because I'm having
Yeah.
so many problems with my phone already. I'm thinking I'm already gonna get the next phone that comes out, but I don't know if I should wait till get this phone that's out right now or wait till the new model comes out in March or April of the Samsung.
Mhm.
But man, I've thought about swapping to an iPhone, but I'm kind of like, if you drop your phone, the thing is with the iPhone, you drop the phone, so you break the screen instant.
How much did you spend for the phone that you have right now?
Well, the phone's like $900 or something like that over. But I have to always give a deposit of like 150 and make payments on it.
So what's what's the highest you'd spend on a phone?
Right now, this is the most expensive phone ever. It's
So
like
if you were to upgrade, could you trade this in for anything?
yeah, I could trade it in. They let me do the trade in right now. I could trade it in. I still owe like
How much would they give you for it?
they pay it off automatically. They pay it off, and then I could just get the new phone, and I just give a deposit, and that's it.
So how much would it count towards it?
I don't know to it doesn't apply to the new phone. They just pay it off.
Oh, okay.
It's a trade in.
Or
You
oh, I
trade
see,
it
I
in
see.
for, and they pay it off, and then you just get the new phone. It's
Okay,
not
and then
like
you pay the 150 or whatever, and then you're making payments.
yeah, and then I could trade it in again. That's how these payment plans work. You know, if you have the jump plan, I'm with T-Mobile, and I could just go to T-Mobile store after I paid off about a year and a half or something like that. Go in and trade it in, and they just paid the remaining. And I've been doing this for a long time and just trade my phones in. For last year, when I actually I paid off my phone and it was broken. Everything was falling apart after exactly 2 years. Buttons started falling off. The screen started detaching. Everything it was dying on me.
So is this trade-in policy? Is this more to um I mean, like the payment plans, is the payment plan tailored to trade-ins? Like,
Yes,
is it easy? Is it easy? It's easier to get because you're trading in.
you can if you want. It's very easy. Like I said, very easy, and it's designed
Well,
just
I guess I'm wondering is if you're already going to pay a certain deposit, right?
yeah.
Like, could anybody just come in and put that deposit down without a trade-in?
Yes.
And what I guess what I'm saying is, are you giving your phone to them for free?
That's my thing question. But because okay, like my phone right now, I owe
Yep.
$300,
Yep.
$400. If I go to T-Mobile, I don't have to pay the $300. They waive it off my
Yep.
account.
Okay.
They show
Okay. I see. So they're kind of like giving you $300 for you to put a new deposit on a new phone and pay that one off.
yeah, because they pay off they're doing like a buyback. So
Yeah.
they're paying up the
Okay.
300, the remaining whatever the balance is, and then they're just paying it off because all they're gonna do, bro, all they're gonna do with these phones is fix it up and then make it refurbished and then sell it out.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's all they do
I
with
see.
these phones. So I wouldn't mind. Like my sister goes with iPhones all the time, and she's probably gonna be getting the iPhone 12 pretty soon. With the trade, she does trade ins too with the iPhones.
Okay, that's interesting. So they're yeah, okay. I see what they're doing. Okay. They're letting you off. Okay.
Yeah, they
So
just
yeah, I mean anybody's excited to for 5G, there's several options for iPhone 12. Um And then if you're like me and you wanna bum off everybody else who pays the higher prices, wait for iPhone 13 to get 5G. Well, like get maybe the 120 hertz at a lower price point.
But here's the thing: is I'm going to tell
Yeah.
people that they're pretty sure they don't realize that really 5G is not here yet. It's not available to access. AT&T. I gave my little boy my phone. Here's the
Yeah.
thing: is there's a secret that nobody knows. I gave my phone my little boy my phone. My
Yeah.
old what was it? A Galaxy 10. No, that's S7. 7. I remember S7. I gave it to him, and when I unlocked it, because it's paid for, like I said, it was messed up. But I gave it to him, and then it automatically upgraded the name. It's not saying 4G LTE. It's actually upgraded to 5G,
Interesting.
and that's not a 5G phone, and it says 5G on it.
Interesting. Was there any way to do like a speed test to see if there's
It was pull. I could pull
the
up
same
my
speeds?
phone. I could pull my phone and compare it to it, and still getting the same results at the same speed.
Interesting.
And there's
Maybe
no
they
way.
were
There's no way the phone could be a 5G phone because that phone was like before 5G even came out. It doesn't even have the 5G option on. It's only LTE. And
yeah, maybe
I've
they
done
were
research, and a lot of people are saying that all they did was hide the name. They changed the name from LTE to 5G. All they did.
maybe they're collaborating with Microsoft
Maybe. Maybe.
with another faulty update.
Yeah, that's what I think is happening. Like, but my phone right now, it's running LTE. I don't have 5G, but I'm kind of curious.
But though, like that actually doesn't help them, because that makes you feel like you don't have to upgrade your phone.
Correct.
So it's actually like hurting them if they put that out there. You like just because you're satisfied with your phone, like I don't know, like most people aren't going to be like getting rid of their phone anytime soon, right? So it just makes them think they have 5G when they don't.
Yeah, and that's the bad thing is that's I realized that on my little boy's phone, and I'm kind of wondering because I heard by these contractors, several people, I don't want to mention names, that 5G is not out there yet. They're just advertising it. That's out there, but it's not really. If you do have
Like it's
5G,
not out there. It's not out there and like really dispersed. It's just like
correct,
spattering out there, and it's not until like 2021 that it's going to be more widely available.
correct. It's supposed to be coming. It's not here yet. It's coming. That's what I've
Yeah,
heard.
it's like those like Monty Python or like a commercial where someone's running at you, but then all of a sudden the frame goes back and they're coming back at you at the same distance.
Correct.
It's like that over and over again. It's always coming, but never here, and so eventually it'll be here.
Because I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is because I've heard, and we covered this in one of the previous podcasts. If you haven't listened to it, go check out one of the podcasts before about 5G. That the old technology is going to be obsolete. They're going to shut down the old networks. I think 4G LTE might be getting shut down.
Oh, do you remember when? Do you think?
I think that might be our first podcast.
Oh no, do you think it might be shut down in 2021 or 2022?
I don't know. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's to what I've been told. All this 5G is supposed to be completely completed in sometime 2025 above.
Interesting. So eventually you'll have to upgrade, but that's probably ways off.
Yeah, because I know here in Austin that they're still implementing 5G all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All I know, yeah, like I was saying, is like they're implementing it because I don't know if you've seen it in your area. They're putting 5G antennas on top of buildings, on top of light poles, on top of thing, and they're getting away from the big antennas. They're putting them on local civilian height buildings. I don't know if you've seen that, Joe.
No, not a lot. I'm probably not looking at the right. I'm not looking at the right spots.
I know here in Austin they've actually done it, and I've asked the contractors, and they were working, and I'm right. And then also I contacted my provider, and they've been putting them on top of hotels, on top of big skyscrapers and top of new light poles that they're putting up, and they're putting 5G on the top of those little antennas. It looks like little circle tubes, and those are the part of the 5G.
Yeah, the old towers are probably like 2 times the height of a telephone pole.
Correct. And the reason they're trying to do that is because, like I said, we said it in the first podcast, is because that they're trying to they're trying to increase the number of devices.
Yeah.
Because here in Austin, when we have the convention, they actually try to we run out of service. There's no more the antennas cannot add any more people to them anymore.
So it's bigger bandwidth.
Yes. And every provider, this is what I've been told. I'm talked to somebody that was part of the development team on it, and they said that can't prove this. Like I say, guys, like there's theories. I've talked to somebody and say that all the providers are supposed to be going off of one antenna, off of that tube. Every provider going through one area. They're not going to be different antenna for every provider no more. It's going to be just one thing, and that's it. Like I said, can't prove it.
Yeah, we should mention that like some of the 12s, the image quality is improving too. We've talked about that, like brighter colors and extra colors, and so again, I'm the cheap person who is like, the image quality is good on the 11, and when I'm ready to upgrade, I'll let you know, and I'll get the better colors then. My photos will be a little bit better then.
Bro, I think like over time, the longer you have your phone, the quality degrades.
Yeah.
When you first buy it.
Well, I mean, like, I'm looking at the image here, and yeah, it is a huge upgrade from like they're using an iPhone 8, to compare to iPhone 12. So of course it's gonna like look amazing, going forward. I think they should do more like show like the iPhone 11. There were probably some advancements by then, but
oh yeah, definitely, man.
So yeah, I mean it's pretty amazing. I did do the jump from 1080p to 4K HDR. So I mean, yeah, but I guess it's for me it depends on where you want to spend your money. If you're okay with a 1080p monitor, but you really want like a really like awesome, you take a lot of photos and you want your phone, then like put it into the phone instead of the monitor.
Yep, definitely.
And that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like, what it is. I have the 4K HDR monitor, so everybody can make the pretty pictures, and then I'll look at them, and you know what I mean, like so that they can make them so I can watch them instead of me making them. So I'll enjoy them. Make those pretty pictures with your iPhone 12.
Oh man.
So yeah, so exciting. Like it really does look amazing. The iPhone 12, the image quality and everything. But you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yep, definitely.
It's gonna be several $100s more.
Because if you think about it, if you look at the specs, Joe, how much I'm not trying to bash iPhone, but how much when iPhones change, how much do they really change?
Yeah,
they really don't change much. The camera changes, but not the phone. And oh yeah, also too, not like I said, not trying to bash iPhone. When you see a commercial of an iPhone, what do they focus on the most?
Gosh, I haven't seen one in a while.
Really?
No. They must not be targeting me. They target me with different ads.
Really? Even on TV?
I watch public television. I don't see.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess iPhones is not in your area.
No, I guess we don't. I guess we're all Android. It's not worth it to advertise.
Because here, man, bro, I've seen iPhone commercials like freaking crazy, and all they focus on is just look. Whenever you get it off this podcast, go to YouTube and search for iPhone commercials, and they target the camera 100% all the time. That's what they target the most.
Yeah.
That's what they target the most.
Because you got to take that selfie.
You gotta take that selfie. Exactly. Exactly, man. It's that selfie. Everybody loves pictures.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, is there anything else on this topic, Joe? You want to bring up?
no, yeah, I'm gonna always tell you to buy the cheaper phone.
You buy the cheap phones. I buy the most expensive phones.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll let
yeah.
you know. I'll let you know how the new the new Android comes out.
Yeah, I'll live through you. That'll be pretty cool. You tell me how awesome it is, and I'll be like, "Oh man, that's so awesome!" It's like I bought the phone, and I'm experiencing your joy.
The thing is, when you receive a text message on an old from the new phone to an old phone, you don't get the same quality sometimes
No,
because you know about the degradation, right? Whenever you send it by text, when you send it by um, uploading it to email and stuff like that, you know about the compression, right?
can you explain a little further?
Whenever you send a pictures or anything over the net or over text messages, all your images get compressed. And then when you do the 5G, it's not supposed to be compressing. It's almost supposed to be instantaneous, not compressed. But I haven't heard anything about that in a while. But everything gets compressed. Like if I take a picture, I send it to my fiance, and I look at the picture side by side, and you'll see it kind of blurrier. Normal. Nobody's really noticed that.
And that's even if you have like the same phone.
Yeah, me and her have the same phone.
Okay. So only on your own phone, your own database, that it looks like the way it was supposed to be.
Unless I get it.
Unless you upload it to Google. Is that the same?
No? I don't know.
Is that degraded?
I know it's supposed to degrade, but I don't know too much about that. About the Google and stuff like that. I know that if you do it through there, it does. But if you use a nearby share, you get the quality. Remember we talked about that in the previous podcast too. You get that at 100% quality, and the NFC, you get those at 100% rate.
That's cool.
But if you send it by text message, you send it by Facebook Messenger and all that stuff, you get a degradation. I don't know how much percent, but you get a percentage. My friend is very precise on this stuff. He's like very critique on that to the point. He's very like 1080p has to be 1080p. If not, he'll be frustrated about it. And that's why I said, you know what? He's probably listening to this podcast right now. He's probably one of these viewers here. And he's very precise on the pictures. He'll tell you, even video, he'll tell you it's not 1080p or not. He'll see mess ups and stuff like that. He'll tell you straightforward. But but besides that, that's already I have to say, man, about this camera stuff. So
sounds good. Go buy an iPhone 11 and iPhone 12,
and let us know what you think about it. Okay, so next one is going to be a revolutionary topic. It's probably gonna change the way we think in the science industry. What do you think about that, Joe? This science of virtual reality software that allows scientists to walk inside cells.
Well, I think it's really cool because it's really hard to like imagine these 3D shapes, and inside of our cells and inside of our organs, they're just it's on the microscopic level, they're just massive cities and massive vehicles going around and highway systems. And to really understand it, this is like, it's just amazing. It's showing us that they can look at DNA, they can turn it around, they can see whether the article is whether the veins, they go a certain way, so it's pretty sweet. I hope that there's a lot of things that they discover, a lot of things that they couldn't see otherwise. It's gonna, it's just awesome.
Definitely. I can't wait to see. I can't wait. I don't know if it's gonna be publicly be able, you could see that, or it's only for medical research that they'll be able to use this virtual reality software.
Well, yeah, and I think personally, there are some humanitarian projects where they let some of this type of thing be, open to the public to help, like solve some of these, like there's what was it for the global problem, there's number crunching where you could help universities do some of the using your computer. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But then there's other ones where they're like, okay, can you show us, can you go in there and try to 3D map some of these molecules or something, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And also, this is pretty cool, man. One of these days, because this virtual reality thing could, like you said, it help solve other issues that they have. Imagine, bro, putting in a camera inside and actually having the VR glasses and actually having be able to visualize every 360 of what's happening inside your body.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, I just imagine with this surgery becomes more precise, and with this actually, if this was able to be somehow integrated to like live, not just like a camera view, if it was able to be able to be a diagnostic tool for
Oh man, that'd be bad.
for healthcare, they'd be able to say like some things, like they'd be like, oh, that stroke isn't detectable, but maybe it'd be detectable if you could do something like this.
You know what would be cool too, bro? They inject a little
Yeah.
tiny bot, and it has little arms and everything, and they send
Yeah.
it in and into a robotic, and the guy has the glasses on, VR glasses with the VR gloves, and then he just going there, just driving in, just like moving side to side, and then navigating and kind of
Yeah, he's scraping something, that he's doing surgery with a little robot.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So yeah, just it's cool because it's a cool educational thing. Hopefully it'll have a lot of different applications for science, and yeah, a lot of entertainment too. So let's see. So they're some pretty pictures, to like really, you can see it in a textbook what a neuron looks like, but I think it's, what it's mostly beneficial for. It's mostly beneficial for when you see a lot of cells interacting with each other, like organelles, or you see mitochondria doing something. There's a lot of things that happen in the cell, a lot of things happening all at once.
Correct.
And to see like the organelle, or let's see like a fibroblast, or like to see different things going on in the cell, like a plant cell or a human cell, to see it all going live all at the same time shows you the chaos that's organized inside your cells.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And yeah, because some of the, because the science can be kind of dry just looking at a textbook, looking at a 2D image. And so this might like get people excited about the future.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this right now, man. I'm like so pumped up, so excited. I would love to see this in action.
Yeah, make this available, and I'll I'll actually get into VR then.
Man, imagine that, bro.
Yeah, I would love to see like what, like just to see what's happening inside of a cell, or to see what's happening inside the heart as it pumps.
Oh man, that'd be cool. Imagine science. That's probably gonna happen in the next 20, 30 years, bro. In pre-K, they're gonna be teaching that stuff.
Yeah, it's like people talk about like space exploration, but it's like if we could do VR, we do internal exploration. Everybody's gonna experience what it looks like inside the body.
Imagine how long would that take to explore a body?
I don't know. Like it'd be
level.
like a pretty, if it's public, software, it'd be like a pretty cheap vacation.
Vacation.
I'm gonna go vacation in the lungs for a day or two.
I'm gonna go surfing in the lungs or the heart. I'm gonna surf in the blood the veins to the arteries.
You're like, I'm gonna watch like a hot dog being digested in the intestinal tract. I'm gonna follow it from start to finish.
I'm gonna be on top of the hot dog, and I'm gonna just see myself get eaten and digested, and
oh my god,
I don't want to go further than that. Where it happens after the digestion. It might be too graphic.
Or it'd be interesting to see like, what happens when like bacteria takes over, and or like virus, and just see how it spreads from different systems.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
even how a germ multiplies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be really sweet if you were able to see, like virtual world. You go day by day. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how easy that'd be, but like seeing like a baby develops in the womb.
Oh my god!
Like
Yeah.
we know images, but like it'd be kind of cool to see it. Like, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
There's something that there might be there to that would be more exciting than what I'm thinking about right now.
That'd be 9 months inside the womb. You sure you want to be there, Joe? 9 months?
Oh no! Let's speed it up to like. Even if I was watching it, like, can you imagine, like, even if you're shortcutting it to like 3 days, that's still a long time.
You'll be in their vacation 3 days of watching a baby being created from a molecular level to all the way
I'll be like, oh, dude, like, it was like popcorn. I'd be like, there's the ears. Oh, it took. Oh, there's the first breath. It's that's the first time it kicked its mom.
Oh, look, that's the first time I see the food going into its mouth. It's liquid.
Wouldn't it be cool? Like, oh, if the sensors got so like little invasive, it'd be cool if you could like watch like a baby like stretch in the womb or something.
Oh man, that's cool. My little boy, man, oh my god, that one was a monster. I would mess with him when he was in there. I would tap him.
He was kicking out, or
yeah. I would tap him 3 times. He would actually come back out and push 3 times on the stomach. I would mess with him. He kept doing that. We kept on doing that to each other constantly. So,
how did mom feel about that?
He was like, "Leave him alone. Are you sleeping?" Already frustrated and mad.
Well, let's go on. Yeah. Let's go on to how this, Facebook is doing some cool VR stuff too.
Oh yeah. About that man, that is very interesting. Go ahead and explain a little bit more about this, Joe. Like, I want to hear from your opinion about this VR.
So I think it's cool because someone's doing it, but in practice, I could see it being very exhausting. You know what I mean? Like some people I've been told that it helps against like carpal tunnel. How do you say it? Carpal tunnel syndrome.
So carpal tunnel or carpal tunnel? I don't know.
Yeah. But if you have it in the air like that, like, I think just something else is going to be like another part of the wrist or something is going to be like.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that, bro.
I just don't like this. This is like really like, oh, so I can just feel it in my joints. I can feel the fingers. It's like that'd be like a lot of work. Having it on the keyboard. Having the keyboard is like it's like outer space, like no gravity.
Well, what happens if it was like this? What happens if it was like right in front of you, flat, and you would just be typing like that? The proper position you're supposed to have your hands. You're supposed to have your hands like almost in a 45 degrees and flat.
Like this,
because right now we're like this. Right now we're like hands are all deformed onto the keyboard and stuff like that. But we're supposed to have our hands flat pretty much and just kind of type away.
So it's basically like a puppet.
Yeah.
Like you're like a puppeteer.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. If I what would be really cool is if I could actually have like the keyboard like on my knees.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like you're standing, right? And instead of like having your hands up really high, you still see the keyboard, but your hands are like hanging down and you're still typing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this image shows that like the VR headset. I'm not sure. I think they're just like, it's not really, I don't think it's really tracking it. Maybe it is. Is that what it is?
Oh,
is it tracking? I mean, that's probably what it is. Unfortunately, I think the more expensive ones can track more motion. And
that's what it sounds
like. Okay, there it is. That's what the limitation, because if I have to keep my hands out in front of my goggles, then I have to like aim my goggles down at my legs to type the way I want to type.
Yeah, it does.
I have to try this out to see if it was worth it.
It looks like it's using Microsoft's tracking system when it uses for the when it used to use for that. I forgot what that system is. The webcam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
You mean like the very old one?
Yeah, I had a like long stick and it was like a webcam in the middle, and it would do infrared tracking on you.
Well, all I remember is like the very old web. Oh my gosh, imagine like 2000, like popping bubbles from your webcam. That's like the old school.
And they're using that type of technology here, but they're
Yeah,
using hand tracking. So when they're using their hand tracking, so you're typing, so it's recognizing where you're touching.
yeah. And the image here shows that they're wearing gloves.
Really?
Yeah. So there's the one where you're. I mean the picture shows like maybe the goggles are watching the hands, but then they're also showing like a video of the. I don't know. Maybe that was with like them teaching the virtual reality how to track hands.
Oh yeah, the red one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an AI. It's teaching. It's teaching it. It's
yeah.
learning.
Well, and with the person with the gloves, they were typing stuff in to show that it's patterns. But yeah, gosh, if you have to look down at your hands or look at your hands up or something, um, I know with like some of the more expensive VR, you have sensors in the room.
Yeah.
So you have you don't just have the VR goggles, you have in the corners or on top of the roof and stuff, and it like tracks your body movements as you like turn left and all that kind of stuff. Um, I think you have to like have a few of them to like I don't know
Hey,
get that accurate
I'm gonna
with
bring
the
this up.
fingers.
I don't know if you ever seen Back to the Future.
Yep, I've watched all of them. The three.
Doesn't that like remind you of like, the Marty when he was wearing the glasses and he's just there watching? Wasn't he watching TV in the future with the goggles?
Gosh, yeah, that scene kind of escapes me, but yeah,
Didn't he have like goggles on
yeah, I think he did. I
in
just
the
can't
future?
remember the whole scene.
It was Marty's kid in part two. Marty was wearing glasses.
Yep.
What it looks like.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, I'm kind of pessimistic, but it could be pretty cool. Like, I mean, this is kind of like like especially for like, well, typing is cool, but for video games and stuff, people are using their controllers, and their controllers have to like they skip around and stuff. But if it was, you know, if it was more particular with your hands, you wouldn't have to just like move your head up and down, which I think is kind of silly to do a VR like this. But if you actually could reach out and grab something, then we're talking about real cool VR. So, um, yeah. So guys, if you it's pretty cool that Facebook is working on this because Facebook likes to put their foot in a lot of different things. They like to step in and compete with everybody else. I think because they've been such a giant in the tech industry, they're comfortable experimenting and trying to compete in a different area of the market. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is, man. It's very, very sweet.
And what's with this the next article about WhatsApp, like
Oh man.
how to create an AI.
Oh man, this is the special topic, and this is the best topic, the last topic of all. Creating an AI to actually be able to learn how that way you talk. All you do is just copy you export one of your text messages and you upload it, and it learns off the way you're speaking, and you text to other people, and it actually knows that.
That's cool. All right, have you thought about doing something like this?
I've thought about it, man. I want to do a test run. I have the instructions here on how to do it because it gives it to you. Like, stay at step one. I'm gonna go through the steps with you guys. Step one is you get the data. Then two, you export WhatsApp export, and then you just export chat voice and media and stuff like that, and you just keep going. I think that was the whole. Okay, there's more. Uh, Download and store the text attachment on the computer. Repeat these steps for every individual chat you want to include. You do telegrams. Parse the data. You Google Collab it. You start the notebook and you run it and you load the data, and that's pretty much it, man. It's pretty simple. I'll probably make a video for you guys if you're interested in wanting to know how to do this. Make sure you hit like. Let's get 20 likes on this, and I'll go ahead and make you a video, guys, for this. I appreciate that. 20 likes, guys. 20 guys. 20 likes. And I'll make you a video on how to do. See if I could do on how to actually create an AI chat box for you guys. Would you like that, Joe?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'm just kind of interested to see, like, how good this program is, because AI has a lot of difficulties, and so I'm curious as to see what this creating your own AI, what its limitations and what it can do.
Yeah, I want to know too. That's why I was like, I'll make 20 likes on this video. I'll go ahead and spend time a whole day creating this, and I'll start texting Joe and text other people, and hopefully it doesn't say anything it shouldn't say. I'm gonna have to warn them. I'm gonna call them up and say, Joe, like, please ignore if something says wrong. I didn't say it. It's the AI.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then whenever they text me, it's gonna be automatically. I'm not even gonna look at my messages. It's gonna be texting for me.
Oh god,
Man, that's gonna be crazy. I'm just kind of wondering.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Joe? I want to know your opinion on this. What do you think about this?
Gosh. Facebook has asked me many times if I want to do like auto replies, like I type something in to respond to somebody and it says, for my Tech We Love fan page. And I'm like, I don't want to, because like it'll auto reply based on what you like. If they're like, oh, I want to learn more about, like, like they'll ask a question like, can I learn more about you? And then it'll be like, I type in something to one person and then it'll say, do you want to recreate that? And then tell everybody else that same message. So I've heard like celebrities talking about how they want to use the AI to, like, if the AI is like super close to what the celebrity speaks, then they're like, okay, cool. Like they have this persona, right? They have this, like, that was like the avatar, right? The avatar AI that chats like you, like whatever celebrity, and then it can talk to their fans. So it's kind of creepy, and I guess I don't understand it really, because like then you're like,
Yep.
is you're auto playing your relationship?
Do that.
It's like, oh, it's too artificial for me. Just like talk to the wall. It's like a tech way of saying talk to the hand.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm gonna set, if you spam my text too much, I'm gonna put on my AI.
Okay, I know
that it's like you're talking to like Cortana.
If I create this video and if I notice your text messages coming in too fast, I'm like, Joe, is this AI?
I'm like, no, it's voice to text.
Like, liar, Joe. That'd be something that you have said.
Was it funny? You programmed the AI to say that? No, I'm just using voice to text. I can talk really quickly. You come up with all the excuses to make it sound like you actually are.
Like, you liar, Joe. I already know how it works. Imagine this taking over the world.
Gosh.
Well, that really is the end of the topic. I hope you all did enjoy the topic today. These are pretty amazing things, and sorry for like kind of going off and on screen right now. I had to kind of do that.
Yeah. Well, and let's recap, guys. Like, the main thing you can take away from this podcast is buy the Ryzen 5 5600X.
Do it.
You will not be disappointed if you buy that CPU.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
We don't know, like, if Intel's going to bring something else out. We're not sure. Like, I mean, they're giving you such a discount for the CPU. You might not see this kind of discount ever again.
Correct. Yeah, it might be a good while.
Yeah, because AMD and NVIDIA are having their price wars, and I don't know. This kind of undercutting of Intel is something that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
take care, guys.
Peace out.
Have a great weekend.
And make sure to check us out on Anchor, guys, if you haven't done it. So we're doing really great there. So,
yep. Thanks for your support.
Yeah. See ya. Peace.